Spontaneous speaking video 96. Alright, what's up everyone? It's been a while. Been busy. A lot of stuff. But one of the things that I've been thinking about that I've been wanting to share on my channel to remind you guys of, and maybe some of you it's not a reminder, but something that if you're like me, it's constantly on your mind, is, well, we'll say it like this. How much do you think about your own death and how it's going to influence others? And then on top of that, do you think that your own death, like if you were to, God forbid, die today, tomorrow, soon, unexpectedly, of course, do you think that the people in your life that you really genuinely love deeply, do you think that they'd have any doubt in their mind about how much you love them? Because maybe you had some sort of inhibitions that didn't allow you to express as freely or as frequently even, and then now they had room to guess about that. This is something that I asked my group chat on Telegram, Ponder Palace, and for those of you who don't know about that, I made a video on it. You guys can go check it out. It's simply a group chat for my subscribers where we just all hop in there and we just talk about anything, usually my videos and concepts surrounding my videos and stuff that spring from my videos or things that I'm going to put in my videos in the future because of those conversations. Right now we're on this poetry sharing type of thing, so we have prompts, and then give a, after we have a prompt, then like a few days later we share on the due date, for whoever wants to join in, our poems on that prompt. This week it's on heartbreak, and we discuss all of that. So yeah, just a short promo. If y'all want, y'all can go check out the Ponder Palace video, or email me at dwzy2blessed@icloud.com and just title it Ponder Palace. Let me know that you want to join and I'll send you the link. But just, yeah, anyway, side note. I sent it to my Ponder Palace people, and as we discussed in there, like this was just something that is always on my mind. I think about stuff like even the fact, like life really, you never know what's gonna happen. We know what happened with Kobe Bryant and his daughter, and then freaking Chadwick, and there's people who die from police brutality unexpectedly at times. There's police officers who die too. People who die from car crashes, from unexpected aneurysms. There's so many ways that you can just die instantly, and I think that it's so incredibly important that we don't necessarily live in a state of fear, but we live in a state of just recognition. We recognize how quickly death can step in, and from understanding that, understanding how, man, there's what's coming to mind right now. Y'all know this is spontaneous speaking video, so what comes to mind is exactly what I'm going to say. No editing in these. But what comes to mind right now is this video. There might be a little white thing showing up right now too. Y'all can go check it out after the video, or it's going to pop up at the end. It's a little thumbnail type of thing. But it's a spoken word that I heard. It's actually by the person who got me into spoken word poetry, Jackie Hill Perry. She has a poem called "Why Do the Good Die Young?" It's phenomenal. You guys need to go and check it out. So many good lines in there. It's really dark. It's in a graveyard, but it's really reminding you of how death does not care whether you're the 80-something-year-old woman who's singing about going home to Jesus, or you're the unfortunately 12-year-old child, who thinks that you have your whole life ahead of you. Death grabs whoever's in their grasp, whoever's within reach, unexpectedly. And from knowing this, from being aware of this, I think that kind of like how people say life is too short, I personally don't think that life is too short, but I do think that the taking or the stripping of life is way too unpredictable. And therefore, life can be too short. And if life can be too short, you should probably treat it in a manner where why not live every moment, making sure that you're not taking people for granted? Why remain angry over petty things? And even if it's a reasonable thing, if you really love the person, then why not try to make amends soon enough? Because how would you feel if that person were to die unexpectedly today? You know, I think about Peter Parker and his origin story, you know, how his Uncle Ben died, you know, after he had an argument with him. Like they had a whole argument and everything, and he, you know, depending on the comic or the movie, you know, he told him like, "Yo, you're not my dad." You know, they have a whole fight, and those are like his last words to him before he died. It's crazy, and this happens in real life all the time. You never know when the last time you saw someone will be the last time that you'll see someone. That could be because you got hit by a car or they got hit by a car or something. You never know. You could be the safest driver and some idiot's gonna come in, cut you, and you know? So this video is literally, again, just a reminder to encourage us like, hey, while you have life, let's not wait for a funeral to be able to say the things that we would say at a funeral. If you love someone right now, for those of you who are always afraid of saying I love you and stuff like that, cut that immaturity out. If you love someone, let them know. Show them, tell them, say it back. Because the way that I live my life, like I have a younger sister, her name is Dante. Shout out to you if you're watching this. I try to live my life in a way that all of my intimate, closest friends, my family, all of them, if I were to die like right now, like even if on camera as I'm recording this for whatever reason, you know, I hear a bee back here. I've never been stung by one, but if I get stung and I die, you know, something. Sorry if it's too morbid, but what'd you expect? If I were to die right now, I can have confidence that everyone that I truly love, that I truly value, they will not have even the slightest doubt of just how much I loved and valued them. Because I constantly shower them with it. I'm not saying that you need to constantly shower those people with it. I'm a different type of breed. But I'm saying at least make sure that you're checking in on like, hey, by the way, do you know that I love you? Do you know that I care deeply about you? Do you know that you're my best friend? Do you know that I just, whatever that word of affirmation might be, even if it's something that you do in service, find out what their love language is. You might be acts of service, but maybe that's not how they feel love. Maybe they need to hear you say it. Oh man, DZ, I don't want to say that. You know, it's a little bit much. Oh, grow up. Like, grow up. Say it. Because that's how they understand it. I don't know. I feel like I've seen too many deaths recently that were just totally left field, totally unexpected. That I'm just like, no, like this has to end. Even with this whole COVID stuff, like, gotta stop. We gotta stop with this childish behavior of not really showing the people that are in our lives that we love them in a proper manner. Gotta stop that. So, yeah, that's my reminder today. Just wanted to come up here, say that, and I encourage you today to think of 2 people, not even 3, just 2 people that you really deeply love and admire, whatever. And just remind them of how much they mean to you. Hopefully you're not dying anytime soon. Hopefully they're not dying anytime soon. But at least keep yourself in a position where if either of those things were to happen, both of you know just how much you mean to each other. And if you don't know how to do that, ask them like, hey, what are the best ways for me to like consistently show you how much you mean to me? That might lead into a great conversation. So, yeah, that's my thoughts for today. Leave questions, comments, concerns, and